Interesting to see, and if they don't, why didn't they have a meeting? Because I told them to have a meeting. But I'll know in 2 weeks what I'm going to do. I have pretty good ideas.
Your Justice Department is also sending some of the Epstein files over to the House Oversight Committee today. Are you in support of them releasing all of them?
I'm in support of keeping it open.
If they
innocent people shouldn't be hurt, but I'm in support of keeping it totally open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be. People, because he knew everybody in Palm Beach. I don't know anything about that, but I have said to Pam and everybody else, give them everything you can give them, because it's a Democrat hoax. It's just a hoax. The whole Epstein thing is a Democrat hoax. So we had the greatest 6 months, 7 months in the history of the presidency, and the Democrats don't know what to do, so they keep bringing up that stuff. But it affected them. Bill Clinton was on his plane and went to the island supposedly 28 times. I don't want to bring that up, frankly. You have Larry, whatever his name is, Summers, the head of Harvard, who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. Nobody ever talks about that. I mean, but I don't want to hurt Larry Summers, but he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. No, this is a Democratic hoax to try and get the significance of what we've done over the past 7 months. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They say it's #1 in history. What we've done, including stopping 7 wars. I mean, just include that. And now you look at the stock market today, it's way up to start off with from where I took it. And this market was going to crash. If Joe Biden or Kamala were president, this market, we would have had a crash like in 1929. You're not going to have that. It's only a question of how high is it going to go. You know, I had the strongest economy in the history of our country. And despite COVID, we had the strongest economy in the history of our country. And we're going to blow it away this time. I was always good at making a lot of money. And whether it was for myself or whether it was, I like doing it this way better. I mean, I like making it for the country. Our country's been ripped off by friend and foe, nations all over the world ripped off. And the friends have been much worse than the foes for the most part. And they're not ripping us off. We just signed a deal with the European Union. They're paying us essentially $950 billion, like a signing fee. They're going to buy $750 billion worth of energy. They weren't buying much of our energy there. And they're very smart in doing it. And as you know, Ursula was here a couple of days ago having to do with the people, the leaders that we had a great, people said they've never seen anything like it, where we had the leaders of Europe right here in the Oval Office. And she's so happy that she has an agreement. But people aren't ripping us anymore. We're run by, this country is run by smart people now.
Mr. President, in Israel...
Two questions. One is about Intel. There have been reports that you're considering taking a stake in Intel. Can you tell us about
the 10%?
About the 10%.
Yeah, I met a man. He was a very nice man, and I called for his removal because I saw something by a man named Tom Cotton, a senator from Arkansas. He's a great guy, friend of mine, supporter of mine, big supporter. I'm a supporter of his too. And he wrote a pretty nasty story about the head of Intel. And I said, well, if that's right, he should resign. And he came in, he saw me, we talked for a while. I liked him a lot. I thought he was very good. I thought he was somewhat a victim, but, you know, nobody's a total victim, I guess. And I said, you know what? I think the United States should be given 10% of Intel. And he said, I would consider that. I said, well, I'd like you to do that because Intel has been left behind, as you know, compared to Jensen and some of our friends, NVIDIA, some of the people and the people in, because Intel should have never been. Intel was the biggest, most powerful chip company in the world. And then they started leaving. And they started going to foreign countries, in particular Taiwan. And if we had a president that would have said, okay, you can go to Taiwan, but we're going to put a 100% tariff or a 200 or 300 or 500% tariff, anybody that sells into the United States has to pay. They wouldn't have left. They would have never left, and we wouldn't have. So in the meantime, we had people that were, in some cases, good politicians that weren't good on trade. I loved that man, but he was not good on trade. I totally disagreed. He allowed
Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome Mega. Thank you very much. Damn, even Chinese are falling for Mega. Yeah, no. Chinese, I'm a Hong Konger for USA. and it's not them, it's great. God bless America. Okay, and I'm going to go back to all the way from the beginning, and later I'm going to have the release, the interview about this Maxwell interview released by DOJ, and I only, it is a 4-hour interview, but I only get a clip for only one clip in about 6 minutes that Trump related. Okay, and earlier you see Trump is agree releasing the Epstein file, however the DOJ Pam Bondi want to do it. So that is very important, because in a few days, for a while, everyone is asking for Epstein file. But Trump is trying to stop a war, ending people killing, try to make Washington D.C. safer, all that. And Joe Biden is a pedo. That's obvious. Joe Biden is a pedo, okay? And says no pedo over here. Okay? And I'm going to go back, because that's very interesting. Something that very interesting about football, because soccer, actually. Okay? About soccer. America is not so much into soccer. So now, well, we're getting more popular now. But I'm pretty sure President Trump is no idea. He has no idea how the game works. He only sees a guy kicking the ball back and forth, and hardly make a goal, That's soccer. And that I think that's fun, and yeah, because we didn't invest enough money into the soccer team, that's why. But the women's soccer is really good. Women's soccer, yeah. It's fun to watch women's soccer. So I don't know if you know. So I'm going to and anyway, and it's going to be exciting 2026 for us to hosting the World Soccer, and I think looks like Trump is very exciting too. I like this, instead of just telling the story, I like the people to watch it. It's fun, and all the expression. I think, yeah. So let's watch it. Enjoy our greatest president.
Thank you very much. We have a very big announcement to make today. You all know Johnny. He came all the way from Italy, the beautiful country of Italy, to be with us. And he just got off the plane, and he's a hardworking guy, does a phenomenal job with FIFA. Nobody like him. I'm delighted to welcome FIFA President Gianni Infantino back to the White House for a major announcement about one of the most anticipated competitions in all of sports, the 2026, and this is a big deal, I'll tell you. I was so happy to get it, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And it's going to be the World Cup as we know it. It's the biggest, probably the biggest event in sports, I guess, Johnny, right?
Yeah.
On December 5th of this year, the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw will take place at the Kennedy Center. Some people refer to it as the Trump Kennedy Center, but we're not prepared to do that quite yet, maybe in a week or so. But right here in Washington, D.C., it's a tremendous honor to bring the global event and this incredible group of people and these unbelievable athletes, the best athletes in the world, to the cultural center of our nation's capital. I just left the Kennedy Center. We're spending a lot of money wisely on making it really beautiful. It's going to be beautiful again. It's like Washington, D.C. We had, by the way, in Washington, D.C., we have the lowest crime numbers they've had in years. Zero, it sounds like it's a horrible thing to say, but I might as well say it. Zero murders in the last week since we've done this. That's the first time in memory that that's happened, if you can believe it, how pathetic that is to have to even say it. And I'm tired of listening to these people say how safe it was before we got here. It was unsafe. It was horrible. And Mayor Bowser better get her act straight or she won't be mayor very long, because we'll take it over with the federal government, run it like it's supposed to be run. The numbers were horrible. It was a crime-infested rat hole. And they do have a lot of rats. We're getting rid of them, too. And we've made a lot of progress. And it was extremely unsafe, and now it's extremely safe. We had virtually no crime. The number was down 87%, and I'm trying to figure out where was the 13%, because I don't think it existed. The National Guard has been unbelievable, and they're working with the police. And they have some very good people in there. They have some people that shouldn't be police, actually, but they have some great people there. And the Washington, D.C. is a whole different place. And Johnny, I'm sure you'll be happy to hear that too, actually.
Oh, yes.
But it's a whole different place. People are excited again. They're going out to restaurants again. That was the other thing I saw numbers. That restaurant business is down in the last week. No. Restaurant business, you can't get into a restaurant. Just really lying people. And that's why people don't understand how bad and how dishonest the press is. I saw one poll that had us at 19% favorable on what we're doing with Washington. Then I saw another one that has us 94% favorable. And I can tell you the 94% is correct. The others are fake, just fake news. They got to get their act together. So bad for our country, so sick, actually. So Washington, D.C. is really doing unbelievably well. And the Kennedy Center that we're fixing, I was just there all morning with contractors. We're making it unbelievable. It's going to be unbelievable. It's got great bones, but it needs a lot of work. The World Cup draw will set up the group stage of competition. 48 teams will play in 104 games across 16 North American cities, from Seattle to Vancouver to Atlanta to Miami. It's going to be so exciting for our country. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be one of the largest and most complex events. This will be one of the greatest events, one of the largest. In a way, it's like Johnny said it better. It's like having many Super Bowls in a short period of time. Because each one of these games essentially is a Super Bowl. Some of them are bigger than Super Bowls, actually. But they're essentially, each one of these games is like a Super Bowl. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be the largest, most complex set of events in sports history. And the Kennedy Center will give it a phenomenal kickoff, and we'll be involved, and they'll be working over there for quite a bit of time. We have it all set that they can stay there for the big events, the big press conferences and everything else. And they'll be in a very safe capital. That will be nice. You don't have to worry about walking down the street, Johnny, okay?
Thank you.
But you could handle yourself.
I could.
Okay. Already FIFA is projecting 6 million loyal fans will attend the World Cup events next year, and 6 billion more are going to be watching back home, and they think the $6 billion number is going to be actually a low number. And this will drive more than $30 billion into the U.S. economy and create 185,000 American jobs in a short period of time, too. No sporting event attracts more attention, more fans, more viewers, or more revenue than the FIFA World Cup. And again, I'll just say it's the World Cup, and it's the biggest thing there is in sports, and we have it. And I got it in my first administration, and I was really somewhat devastated, as devastated as I can be. I don't have time to get too devastated. I was very happy that today, as you saw, the group that does this, a government group, radical left group, announced that Trump was right. Took in $4 trillion worth of tariffs. That the $4 trillion are going to reduce the deficit by numbers far greater than they ever expected or heard of. And by the way, the stock market went up 1,000 points. That was as of 10 minutes ago. I can't tell you what happened. A lot of things happened. But the stock market's up almost 1,000 points. And it's basically on the news that the release that just came out from government that the tariffs that everybody was talking about, that the whole world respects us for because of what we did. The tariffs are going to be at $4 trillion. They're going to reduce the deficit by $4 trillion, Mr. Vice President. What
Pretty
do you
good,
think?
sir.
Too bad it's not 5, right?
That's right.
It's had a huge impact, and the stock market is way up. But this will drive more than $30 billion in U.S. economy and create 185,000 American jobs. No sporting event attracts more attention or more fans or anything else. And I just look forward to the draw. So we're going to have the draw, essentially, Johnny, at the Kennedy Center. Yep. And by that time, it'll be in even better shape. We're working on it. It's about a year project to make it. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. You see the way this is looking? Look, nice. I can't tell you how much that gold costs. A lot of money. There's nothing like gold, and there's nothing like solid gold. But this beautiful office needed it. It had to be representative. When we took it over, it was dirty, not clean. I immediately changed the chair and had this beautiful desk renovated and brought out by the White House people that do this. They did a great job to send it out. We have a craftsman who's great. But this was not appropriate for the Oval Office when I took over. And now you look at all those paintings you're allowed to turn back. All of these are great presidents, and they were all in the vaults. They were in vaults for some cases much more than 100 years. And now they're proudly hanging on the Oval Office walls, and I can't imagine anybody changing it. But they were buried in vaults for over 100 years, many of them. So it's very exciting. People come in, they really love it. They love what we're doing here. They love what we're doing in D.C., and they love what we're doing, most importantly, in the country and the world. I'd like to ask Johnny to say a few words. He's the head of the whole thing. He's been there for a long time, probably the most respected man in sports. He's amazing, actually. Works very hard, and he's got the biggest event in the world coming right here to the United States. And we did a little for Canada. We did a little for Mexico. We thought, see, I'm a good citizen. I said, let them have a little piece. So we gave a little to Canada. See how nice I am? And we gave a little bit to Mexico. And Johnny, please say a few words.
Thank you, President. Great honor for me to be here with you today, President, Vice President, Excellencies. Fantastic to announce what you said, which is the final draw of the FIFA World Cup on the 5th of December here in the capital, in the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. at 12 noon sharp. It will be broadcast live all over the world. 1 billion viewers will watch it, and it will determine, of course, the match schedule, which 48 participating teams will play. You said it, 104 matches in 1 month, 104 Super Bowls. This is not just the biggest, the greatest event, not just a sports event, it's a social event as well, with a lot of emotion. We are uniting the world, Mr. President, uniting the world here in America, and we are very proud of that. And those teams, those national teams who will come here to participate in this draw with their coaches, with their presidents, they will all be proud to be part of writing this history. And that's why we brought as well this, which is the winner's trophy. It is the trophy that the winner of the FIFA World Cup wins. Only the FIFA president, presidents of countries, and then those who win can touch it, because it's for winners only. And since you are a winner, of course, you can as well touch it. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. It's the winner trophy. The last one who lifted that is Lionel Messi of Argentina. And here it is in the Oval Office in the White House.
Can I keep it?
For you. Well, you can keep
We're not
it
giving
the
it
World
back.
Cup.
We're not giving it back. That's serious.
It fits well.
That goes very well on the wall right over there. We'll put it right below the angels.
It fits well here, I
That's
think.
beautiful, yeah.
You can keep it until we have to give it to the next winner.
That's fine. That's a beautiful piece of gold, I will say. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So 6 billion viewers for the World Cup, 6 million coming to the matches, 30 billion economic impact, 185,000 jobs. This will be absolutely fantastic. The biggest event ever, and everything will start here in Washington, D.C. at the Kennedy Center, or the Trump Kennedy Center. We'll see that, how it will be called, on the 5th of September at noon sharp. 5th of December, noon sharp. Then, if I may...
Will they be doing most of the draws, all of the draws at the Kennedy? How are you going to do that?
Yes, we'll do that at the Kennedy Center. We'll do all the other meetings around it with the coaches, with the broadcasters, with the sponsors, everything at the Kennedy Center. the whole
You'll be very
World
happy.
Cup starts, and everyone will be happy
Yeah.
because everyone has qualified for the World Cup and they didn't yet play a game, so they didn't lose yet a game. So they all think they can become world champion, right?
They'll all be happy.
Exactly. Now,
By the way, an example, supposing we had a week ago when everybody was being killed and mugged and everything else, despite the phony numbers that were given out, that it was getting better. Brian, do you believe it was getting better or getting worse?
Oh, the crime was getting worse. I mean, I was robbed. It was getting
They
way
went
worse.
after you. How did the other guy come out?
Well, he came out with my briefcase,
Came
unfortunately.
out with you.
Yeah. So, Robert 1, Brian 0.
No, but can you imagine you do this and then you start hearing that they had a 20-year reduction of crime. It's worse. It was worse during the Biden administration than anybody's ever imagined possible. And I guarantee you he wouldn't be here if those numbers continued. But now we have total safety. We have total security. And for the border, in 3 months, 0 people. These are done by liberal people that do these charts. 0 people came through our border in the last 90 days. Can you believe it? 0. Last year we had millions of people coming in. And they came in from the wrong locations. They came in a lot of people that shouldn't be here. So now when we have this event in December, it's going to be very safe. Johnny, you can walk down the street with your beautiful wife.
yeah,
You can take her to dinner if you can get a reservation, which I doubt.
but they're all full the restaurants.
I know. They're all full. I heard that too. The restaurants aren't. The restaurants, since we are doing this, are doing great. And many new restaurants are going to open because, as you know, many closed. Many restaurants closed because the crime was so bad. This will be one of the safest places anywhere on earth. So, I really am honored that the National Guard has done such an incredible job working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York. We're going to help with, and I think a lot of these people that you see on television, they're including the people in this audience. They'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, "Thank God he's here," because half of them got mugged, and they don't want to get mugged again. But they work for stupid people that are radical left. And they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because you're not going to be mugged in Washington, D.C. anymore. I just want to say Johnny's been my friend for a long time. He's an incredible guy. And we will lay out the red carpet. Andrew, you're going to be fantastic. Rick is going to be everything Rick ever touched has always worked out. And he's working with me on the Kennedy Center. And his very good friend was an actor on Broadway for 5 years, right? And I assume he's helping us a little bit, right?
Yes.
And Andrew, you're all excited about it?
Absolutely.
Would you like to say something?
This is a great opportunity, Mr. President, to show off the first 250 years of the United States of America, the greatness, and then the hope and promise of the next 250 years. When you think this World Cup is going to be over our 250th birthday, Mr. President, your leadership, obviously, with FIFA leading the way, this is the largest sporting event in the history of the world under the Trump administration. So very excited.
I just want to say one thing. Andrew Giuliani, so his father is Rudy, the greatest mayor in the history of New York, I think by far. He took a ravaged city, a city that was really under siege. Probably most people thought it was going to survive. He turned it around. He was a great, great mayor. And then they treated him very, very unfairly. You go back and tell your father all of the things that have come out over the last couple of months through Tulsi and through all of the people, Cash, everybody. They've proven your father 100% correct. His father was treated so unfairly. Your father has been 100% correct. And Tell him we all love him, okay?
Thank you, Mr.
He's
President.
an amazing, what he had to go through was very, very unfair, nasty. These are bad people. Mr. Vice President, would you like to say something?
Well, sure, Mr. President. Thank you, and thanks to Johnny for being here. We're very thrilled about the World Cup. Just to echo something the President said about crime in Washington, D.C., this is the national capital of the greatest nation in the world, and we had murder rates just a few weeks ago that rivaled some of the worst third world cities anywhere, even in very, very poor regions of the world. Why did we accept that? Why did we allow it to happen? We allowed it to happen because we had broken leadership in Washington, D.C., and unfortunately sitting behind the Resolute desk. What we have shown in just under 2 weeks of taking law enforcement seriously is that the American people can have their streets back if their leadership is willing to put in the time and the resources. Mr. President, you've shown in Washington, D.C. that we can have safe streets again. We've just got to have the political willpower to focus on the bad guys and to give the American people back their communities. We are focused on doing that thanks to the President's leadership.
Thank you. And that's a really very small percentage. It's 2%, 3%, but that 2% and 3% wreaks just havoc throughout a community. People are petrified, and I know there's a couple of the women in the back are shaking their head, yes, yes, yes. I won't report who you are because you'll end up losing your jobs, but it's true. It's amazing, and the police, and you look at the D.C. National Guard. I saw pictures of them last night getting off vans and all, and I saw some bad ones running, but they're not running so much anymore. They're not there. They're just not even. They're not even trying. You're totally safe. Now, there'll be something happening sometime. I don't know. Maybe it won't be for a long time. But this was every night would get reports of people being mugged and killed. There's one woman on television last night. She had a badly busted up nose. And she said, well, I like our streets the way they used to be. And she thinks it's going to happen like by doing nothing. And they say, what happened to your nose? She got slugged by a guy walking down the street. Slugged. Her nose will never be the same, I guarantee you, unless it takes a pretty good turn. She wasn't really for us. But she sort of said, well, maybe something has to happen. Before this happened to me, she got whacked. And I don't think she'll ever be the same. She was a half a Trump fan, a woman that would have never been a Trump fan, but she was hit hard. It's not going to happen anymore. Not going to happen anymore. But then we're going to beautify the city, too. That's where I was today at Kennedy Center. And we're going to beautify the city like it has it. And we're working with Clark Construction, the biggest construction company in Chicago, and in Washington. And the head of Clark is great. He's all over the world, actually. But Washington, I would say, is their home. That's where they do the best work, the biggest work. And they've been doing a fantastic job. So you're going to have a fantastic, clean, beautiful place. It's going to be better than it ever was before, literally better than it ever was before. We'll get it done very quickly. And I want to thank Clark because they're doing a lot of work in a lot of different locations, but they've been fantastic for getting us the right contractors and the people that can really do the job right. And Johnny, did you want to say something?
Yes, one more thing, because as you rightly say, with security and beautifying cities and the whole country, we want people to come and enjoy and have fun. And that's why this is not just the most iconic trophy in the world of sport, but we start on the 10th of September the sale of tickets for the FIFA World Cup. And we have the first ticket here for the final.
Good. Wow.
For you.
Oh, good. That's cool. Wow.
It's, of course, row 1, seat 1. It's ticket number 4547. And it's for the final in New York, New Jersey. That's great. And so you have your ticket already for the final. All the others, 10th of September, start getting your tickets.
That's beautiful, yeah.
6.5, 7 million tickets. Fans will enjoy the security here. Will be fantastic.
You're going to do record business, I think.
100%.
Christy, would you like to say something?
Yeah, Mr. President, millions of people will come to this country, and we'll make sure they get their travel documents, their visas, that they want to come here and spend their money and enjoy this sporting event. It'll be the largest event in the world. And, sir, you're reminding me of something that my dad used to say all the time when I was growing up. He would say, Christy, you kids need to look like you respect yourself before anybody's going to respect you. And in this country, when people look at our streets, when they look at our Capitol, you're bringing respect. back to this city. And people will respect our country more because it's safe, it's clean, it's beautiful. And what you're doing is transforming this nation by making sure that our laws are upheld. And millions of people are going to come and be able to enjoy it next year, and I'm excited about that. Thank you for doing that.
Well, our country is respected again. And a year ago, we had a dead country. I'm telling you, it was a dead country. It was a country that had lost its way. It was a country that was going to fail. Look, even today, where they say $4 trillion in reductions of deficits, and this was totally unexpected. They didn't expect it. I mean, I don't know where they've been, the people that do this stuff, but it's terrible. I want to thank Christy for another reason. I said to her 2 weeks ago, I said, Christy, do me a favor. I built hundreds of miles of wall. I built the same wall that the Border Patrol asked me to build. It wasn't my first choice. I wanted to do concrete plank and everything nice, but you wouldn't have been able to see through it. So I had Border Patrol in, and they tested everything else. And we gave them steel wall, high-grade steel, very hard to cut. Then we gave inside that is 9,000-pound concrete, which is a very tough concrete. Inside that is rebar, a big, fat piece of rebar. So you have all different materials that are very hard to cut, and you need different instruments to cut each one. And I said, Kristen, we got to get a coat of paint on it. And I didn't know she was listening, but I said, we got to get a coat of paint, and it should be black, because black makes the steel very hot. It's untouchable. You could fry an egg on it. And if you got a good black, flat paint, it would look beautiful. It will preserve it from rust. And that was it. And I gave it to her along with 30 other things, and she's done such a good job on the border with Tom Homan and the group. Tom Homan's a fantastic guy, what the job he does and the way they work together. So I turned on last night and I see Christie's painting the wall. And it looked beautiful, by the way, when that paint went over there.
And it's hot.
It's hot.
Yes, it is.
It's hot. If it's white, it's not hot. If it's black, it's going to be very hard to climb that sucker. It's not going to be easy. But it's black and a high-quality black. You know, it really looked good.
Yeah, we got
Is
the
that going to
paint
be a
you told us
two-coat
to.
job or a one-coat?
No, just one coat.
One coat.
We used the paint you told me to buy.
Yep. The two-coat will take place in 3 years from now. Right? We'll do the second coat. But it looks beautiful. But thank you very much. I didn't know you were listening to that, because we talked about 7 different subjects, and all of a sudden I see her out there painting with a lot of painters and everything else. But it was a beautiful thing to say. Would you like to say something? You've been such a big part of this. Please.
Well, just, Mr. President, we're delighted to be here today for this announcement, but we're also looking forward to having you at the final.
Oh, yes.
On July 19th
we'll
in New York, New Jersey.
We're going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there.
A lot of people are going to be there.
I'd like to thank you all. Do you have any questions on FIFA, first of all?
It's going to be a big event at the KA Center. Do you intend to take part in it? Will you have a part to play on December 5th?
I might play. I mean, I see the money that these soccer players, we call it soccer, but I see the money that these soccer players are making. I may try and play. I'm a very good athlete. My son is a very good athlete, and he's a good soccer player. He's on the tall side for soccer. Yeah. He's 6'9". That's pretty tall.
That's pretty tall.
It's on the tall side.
He's good.
It's on the tall side, but he's good. But no, I may put on shorts. I look extremely good in shorts and enjoy the play. No, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be good.
Many foreigners who want to come to attend the event are concerned about the visa situation. Can you reassure them?
Yeah, and they're going to have a very easy time getting in. Certain countries are going to be very, very easy, and other countries are going to be obviously a little bit more difficult. Would you like to explain that, Kristen?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a process set up that we'll be implementing on getting visas approved. Everybody will be thoroughly vetted, but they'll be welcome to this country. It'll happen quickly, and we're excited for them to come. So I would hope that around the world people know that the United States is excited to bring their family here to enjoy this event.
America welcomes the world.
Yes.
And I can really, from the collaboration that we have, testify for that, absolutely. Thank you.
And I just sent a picture from somebody that wants to be there very badly. He's been very respectful of me and of our country, but not so respectful of others. But I'm going to sign this for him, but I was sent one, and I thought you'd all like to see it. That's a man named Vladimir Putin, who I believe will be coming, depending on what happens. He may be coming, and he may not, depending on what happens. We have a lot of things happening over the next couple of weeks. But I thought it was a nice picture of him. Okay of me, but nice of him. So that was very nice that it was sent to me. Okay?
Mr. President, on that subject, have you talked to Vladimir Putin about the fact that yesterday a big U.S. factory was hit in a Russian airstrike in Ukraine? What's your reaction to that?
I told him I'm not happy about it, and I'm not happy about anything having to do with that war. I settled 7 wars, and actually, if you think about pre-wars, add 3 more, so it would be 10. I thought this would be in the middle of the pack in terms of difficulty. No, I'm not happy about anything about that war. Nothing. Not happy at all. We'll see what happens. I think over the next 2 weeks we're going to find out which way it's going to go. And I better be very happy.
How long are you willing to wait,
A
Mr.
very good
President?
call with Prime Minister Carney of Canada yesterday morning.
Yes.
Actually, Canada is taking away some retaliatory tariffs.
He's removing his tariffs, yeah.
Exactly.
He's removing his retaliatory tariffs, which I thought was nice. And we're going to have another call soon.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a very good call.
You're getting closer towards an
Well, I
agreement
like 'em.
country?
I like them. You know, look, I'm fighting for the United States. Canada and Mexico have taken a lot of our business over the years, over 25, 30 years, especially during the Biden years. They took a lot of our business, and it's basically all coming back into the United States now. We're hot as a pistol, and it's coming back in. Because of tariffs and the incentives we give, it's coming back. And it's impossible, I think, for another country to stop it. And we are working on something. We want to be very good to Canada. I like Carney a lot. I think he's a good person. And we had a very good talk yesterday, so I think it'll be good.
Mr. President, I have a question about the search of Ambassador Bolton's home. The Vice President recently just did an interview saying that it's about classified documents, but that there's also broad concern about him. What are the concerns that you have?
I haven't spoken to Pam and the group yet, but I will be. I saw that just like everybody else. I try and stay out of that stuff. I'm allowed to be, and I'm chief law enforcement officer, believe it or not. You know, I don't like to go around saying that, but I am. That's the position. But I purposely don't want to really get involved in it. I'm not a fan of John Bolton. I thought he was a sleazebag, actually. And he suffers major Trump derangement syndrome, but so do a lot of people, and they're not being affected by anything we do. I don't know anything about it. I just saw that. I'll find out about it. But if you believe the news, which I do, I guess his house was raided today, but my house was raided also, called Mar-a-Lago. They went through everything they could, including my young son's room and my wife's area. They went through her drawers, as the expression goes. They went through everything you can imagine. And when she came back, she said, she's very neat, you know, she's meticulous. And she looked and she said, whoa, this wasn't the way that she had it. So, you know, so I know the feeling. It's not a good feeling. Thank you.
Mr. President, on Ukraine, how long will you give Putin?
A couple of weeks. We're going to figure it out. We'll find it.
Do you think you'll have to intervene at some point?
Look, it takes 2 to tango. You understand that. I wanted to have a meeting with those 2. I could have been at the meeting, but a lot of people think that nothing's going to come out of that meeting. You have to be there. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. But we're going to see. In the meantime, people continue to die. But I've solved 7 of them where they were in wars for 31, 35, and 37 years. We had 3 of them that were for more than 30 years, Johnny, and I got them solved. And we solved one that could have been a nuclear war with India and Pakistan. That was getting ready to be a nuclear war. I solved them all. And this one, I thought we would have had it done by now, but it's more different. There's a lot of anger, a lot of hatred. There's a tremendous amount of hatred there. So. But we'll see what happens. I think in 2 weeks we'll know which way I'm going. Because I'm going to go one way or the other. And they'll learn which way I'm going.
Mr. President, if I got 2 questions for you. One on FIFA, the other one on DC. Can you talk about the economic impact that FIFA will have in these cities, and what's your message to the mayors to get their cities prepared, not only in the beautification process, but also the safety aspect?
Well, Los Angeles is an example. You know, it's poorly run. We have a mayor there that can't even get permits to the people that lost their houses. Lee Zeldin got every permit. The hardest permit is the federal permit. Within 20 days, every single permit was there for the people to build their houses. But people are writing us, and they're saying they won't give us. The mayor is incompetent. The governor is incompetent. You know, Gavin. I know Gavin very well. He's an incompetent guy with a good line of bullshit, and he doesn't get the job done. And frankly, Those people want to build their houses. It's terrible. They could have been built. Some of them could have been built already. But think of it, the federal government that has the most complex part, it's the most complex environmental thing to do. We got it, everybody had it within 30 days. And they're not even close to getting their permits. And now they're talking about taking some of those sites and building low-income housing on them. These are high-end neighborhoods. And I'm all for low-income housing. I built a lot of low-income housing. I know all about 236. I know every program that there is in the government. I used every one of them. I know more about low-income housing than probably almost anybody. And it's great. It's fine. It's wonderful. But you don't build it in Pacific Palisades. You don't build it there, and you don't build it in the other areas that burn down. So they're talking about putting up low-income housing. And you talk about riots. They're going to have riots if that happens because you're taking the people's property away. They want to build their houses, and they're unable to get permits from the mayor and from the governor. And that's a terrible thing. But, and let me tell you, if I didn't send in the troops in Los Angeles, Johnny wouldn't be in Los Angeles. You wouldn't be having your World Cup there. I sent in the troops, and we kept it. And even the police commissioner, the sheriff and the police commissioner, they all said the same thing. They said, we could have never handled what was happening. You saw that, you were there. He said, we could have never handled what was happening. And then you hear Gavin Newsom, after it's all quelled, you hear Newsom get up and say, we could have done this by ourselves. No, they couldn't have. And if they could have, I wouldn't have taken the chance either.
Okay, my second question is on crime prevention. Would you be open to expanding the national concealed carry to apply to D.C. like it does in other states like Texas?
Yeah. Well, they have it in some states, and they feel strongly about it. As you know, I'm in favor of it. People have to protect themselves. I'm a Second Amendment person, very simply. People have to be able to protect themselves. Especially like in Washington, you walk down the street, a guy comes up and slugs you. He's got a pistol in his hand. You can be tough, you can be in great shape, you can be a powerful person, or you can be a guy that weighs 100 pounds with a gun in your hand.
Right.
And I'll bet on the guy with a gun 100% of the time, right? And so you need protection. So I'm a Second Amendment person all the way. Yeah, please.
President Trump, you said this morning that you were working with Congress to get $2 billion to help clean up DC. Have you had any conversations with Mike Johnson and John Thune about where they're going to get that money from?
Of which money?
You said this morning that you're going to get $2 billion from Congress to help clean up DC.
Yeah, I've spoken to Mike Johnson. I've spoken to John Thune, the Senate, the House. And I think it's going to be very easy to get. It's going to be not a lot of money. I wouldn't even know where to spend the number that you mentioned, but it's going to be money to beautify the city. Yeah, they're ready. Everybody wants to save D.C. In one way, it's the easiest. The violence was more than any other city in the country, actually, by far. It may have been more than any other city in the world, if you could think. We looked at some of the worst cities in the world, it was worse. And that's why it angers me to see the mayor saying about how they have it on the slide. Not on the slide, it was worse than ever. Yeah, we have no problem getting that money. That money will come out of Congress. I think it'll be even bipartisan.
And is the plan to
I
get
mean, I would imagine Democrats would vote for that one.
Is the plan to get it before the September 30 spending deadline on the Hill?
Well, I don't know if there is a deadline, because if I declare a national emergency, which this was, that ends the deadline. So, I mean, I keep seeing about a 30-day deadline, of which we have 22 days left or something. But if I think we're in great shape here, that's one thing. But if I don't, I'm going to just say it's a national emergency. And if I have a national emergency, I can keep the troops here as long as I want. If people are not going to want to have the troops, and 30 days, it's one thing to get them out. It's another thing to keep them out for a long period of time. You've got to train people. You can't do this. You can't bop people over the head. And a lot of those people are in courts right now, going to court. They're going to go to jail for a long time. So that's going to take more than 30 days. But if I have to, I'll declare a national emergency, which I don't think I have to do. Yeah.
Mr. President, Ukraine and Russia, you said in 2 weeks you'll know whether you go.
Yeah, I think I'll know. I think I'll know the attitude of Russia and, frankly, of Ukraine. It takes two.
What are the 2 ways you can go at the end of 2 weeks then?
Well, then I'm going to make a decision as to what we do. And it's going to be a very important decision. And that's whether or not it's massive sanctions or massive tariffs or both. Or do we do nothing and say it's your fight? Look, I would have never been in this war if I were president. You wouldn't have had this war. It was never going to happen. This was caused by stupid people that fought. And you know, people say, well, how do we know? Because for 4 years, it was never even a subject. And Vladimir knew, and you see his picture right here. It was nice that he sent, but Vladimir knew very strongly we wouldn't have stood for it. It wouldn't have happened. 100% wouldn't have happened, but it did happen. And now they're losing from 5 to 7 young kids. Think of it, you're a parent and your son is leaving. He's Russian or he's Ukrainian. And he's leaving and they're waving goodbye. Nice, beautiful kid. Nice crew cut, all set. He wants to be a soldier. And he goes there the first week, he has his head blown off. And he's no different than you people, me. And it doesn't matter where. I mean, I solved a problem in the Congo that was vicious. Rwanda and the Congo, the Republic of the Congo. And they were fighting for 31 years, and it was machetes. People were getting their heads chopped off. That was going on for 31 years. I got it solved. You saw it. They came to the White House, and we signed an agreement. It was amazing. People can't believe we got it done. I love to stop killing. I really do. People thought it would be just the opposite. Hillary Clinton said, oh, he'll get us into a war. No, I'm getting everybody else out of wars.
Are you saying there's a real possibility then that you do nothing if Putin doesn't come to the table for a ceasefire?
I'll see whose fault it is. If there are reasons why, I'll understand that. I know exactly what I'm doing. We're going to see whether or not they have a meeting. That'll be interesting to see. And if they don't, why didn't they have a meeting? Because I told them to have a meeting. But I'll know in 2 weeks what I'm going to do. I have pretty good ideas.
Your Justice Department is also sending some of the Epstein files over to the House Oversight Committee today. Are you in support of them releasing all of them?
I'm in support of keeping it open. Innocent people shouldn't be hurt, but I'm in support of keeping it totally open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be. People, because he knew everybody in Palm Beach. I don't know anything about that, but I have said to Pam and everybody else, give them everything you can give them, because it's a Democrat hoax. It's just a hoax. The whole Epstein thing is a Democrat hoax. So we had the greatest 6 months, 7 months in the history of the presidency, and the Democrats don't know what to do, so they keep bringing up that stuff. But it affected them. Bill Clinton was on his plane and went to the island supposedly 28 times. I don't want to bring that up, frankly. You have Larry, whatever his name is, Summers, the head of Harvard, who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. Nobody ever talks about that. I mean, but I don't want to hurt Larry Summers, but he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. No, this is a Democratic hoax to try and get the significance of what we've done over the past 7 months. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They say it's #1 in history. What we've done, including stopping 7 wars. I mean, just include that. And now you look at the stock market today. It's way up to start off with from where I took it. And this market was going to crash. If Joe Biden or Kamala were president, this market we would have had a crash like in 1929. You're not going to have that. It's only a question of how high is it going to go. You know, I had the strongest economy in the history of our country. And despite COVID, we had the strongest economy in the history of our country. And we're going to blow it away this time. I was always good at making a lot of money. And whether it was for myself or whether it was, I like doing it this way better. I mean, I like making it for the country. Our country's been ripped off by friend and foe, nations all over the world ripped off. And the friends have been much worse than the foes for the most part. And they're not ripping us off. We just signed a deal with the European Union. They're paying us essentially $950 billion, like a signing fee. They're going to buy $750 billion worth of energy. They weren't buying much of our energy there. And they're very smart in doing it. And as you know, Ursula was here a couple of days ago having to do with the people, the leaders that we had a great, people said they've never seen anything like it, where we had the leaders of Europe right here in the Oval Office. And she's so happy that she has an agreement. But people aren't ripping us anymore. We're run by, this country is run by smart people now.
Mr. President, in Israel...
Two questions. One is about Intel. There have been reports that you're considering taking a stake in Intel. Can you tell us
about the 10%?
About the 10%.
Yeah, I met a man. He was a very nice man, and I called for his removal because I saw something by a man named Tom Cotton, a senator from Arkansas. He's a great guy, friend of mine, supporter of mine, big supporter. I'm a supporter of his too. And he wrote a pretty nasty story about the head of Intel. And I said, well, if that's right, he should resign. And he came in, he saw me, we talked for a while. I liked him a lot. I thought he was very good. I thought he was somewhat a victim, but you know, nobody's a total victim, I guess. And I said, you know what? I think the United States should be given 10% of Intel. And he said, I would consider that. I said, well, I'd like you to do that because Intel has been left behind, as you know, compared to Jensen and some of our friends, NVIDIA, some of the people, and the people in, because Intel should have never been. Intel was the biggest, most powerful chip company in the world. And then they started leaving. And they started going to foreign countries, in particular Taiwan. And if we had a president that would have said, okay, you can go to Taiwan, but we're going to put a 100% tariff or a 200 or a 300 or a 500% tariff, anybody that sells into the United States has to pay. They wouldn't have left. They would have never left, and we wouldn't have. So in the meantime, we had people that were, in some cases, good politicians that weren't good on trade. I loved that man, but he was not good on trade. I totally disagreed. He allowed the car industry to be taken out of this country. We lost 50% of our car industry. But that's all coming back. It's all coming back. But if somebody would have said that with Intel, would be a giant right now. Now, with that, they've had some bad management over the years, and they got lost. And I said, I think you should pay us 10% of your company. And they said, yes. That's about $10 billion. I don't get it. This comes to the United States of America. And I said, I think it would be good having the United States as your partner. He agreed. And they've agreed to do it. And I think it's a great deal for them. And I think it's a great deal. He walked in wanting to keep his job, and he ended up giving us $10 billion for the United States. So we picked up $10 billion. And we do a lot of deals like that. I'll do more of them. If somebody has, like we have restrictive covenants with Jensen. We have, it's NVIDIA. And to unrestrict the covenant, nothing to do with losing our powers or military or anything, because that I wouldn't do. But there are things you can do that don't affect us, that actually help us. And if we're going to give somebody a free out, a restricted covenant, we have a strong restrictive covenant on certain industries. And I will absolutely give somebody a opening on a restrict to do a lot of business, which is good for us, as long as it doesn't hurt us in a security or military way. And if I do that, I think the country should be paid, because anybody else, I have it in real estate where I'll have a deal with somebody and I'll have them restrictive covenant. Then they'll come back and they'll say, I'd love to be able to build over here, but I'm not allowed to because you have me covered, you have me restricted. I say, I'll let you build over there, but pay me a lot of money. No different. But the country never did it because the country was run by foolish people.
Mr. President, on DC Prime, you said Chicago might be next. Are you making, have there been concrete steps that the administration is taking to do that? Or what are other cities as well?
I haven't spoken to the mayor. He's grossly incompetent. I haven't spoken to the mayor. No. When we're ready, we'll go in and we'll straighten out Chicago, just like we did D.C. Chicago is very dangerous. Great place. I built great stuff there. I have the most beautiful building in Chicago, I think. But I hate to see what's happened to Chicago. Chicago was our greatest city, actually. Bob Tisch, a great friend of mine, passed away. He used to own the Giants and very successful Lowe's. He said Chicago, I think they had their main office in Chicago. He said Chicago and San Francisco, the two greatest cities in the world. Now you look at what the Democrats have done to San Francisco. They've destroyed it. I own a big chunk of the Bank of America building in San Francisco. And, you know, it's just different. We can clean that up, too. We'll clean that one up, too. You know, if everything works out, and we've already had calls from other cities, quiet calls from Democrats. We'd love you to come here, because they've lost control of their cities. I'm not going to say, because I don't want them to lose their elections. But we've had calls from Democrats and calls from people generally. We'd love you to come here, because we'll straighten out the problem.
Mr. President, in Israel, the families of hostages are opposed to the reoccupying of Gaza. Why is the U.S. still
Well, not all of them. And you have to understand, I'm the one that got all of the hostages out. You got a lot of people out. If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be out. I worked with Bibi and I worked with Steve Witkoff. But if it wasn't for me, you would have all these hostages would most likely be dead right now, every one of them. So they all come up here. They come in groups of 10, 12, 13, and many of them, and I've gotten to know a lot of them. They're great people. What they had to go through is incredible. But so now they have 20, but the 20 is actually probably not 20 because a couple maybe aren't around any longer. It's a terrible thing. No, I don't like anymore. I said, you know, when you get down to 20, they're not going to make deals anymore. And they didn't. And then I put out a statement, as you know, there was a tough statement, go in and get them. And they said, we'll give you 10, we'll give you 10. I don't know what Israel's doing, but they were willing now immediately to give us another 10. The situation has to end. It's extortion and it has to end. And we'll see what happens. I actually think they're safer in many ways if you went in and you really went in fast and you did it. And people can't forget October 7th, remember that. I'm friendly with all groups. I won the Arab vote in Michigan. I did so great with the Arab vote, remember? I started off at 0, I ended up winning. I wouldn't say the candidate was the greatest, but I would have won against anybody. They're great people. But we have to do things properly. And you know, I'm very proud to say I got the hostages out. You have hundreds of people that are living now because of me. And now we have that final little group of people. And Hamas knows that if they give them, that's probably the end of their lives. So it's not easy to get. And I know if you're a parent, you just don't care. You want, I want my baby back. They want their babies back. They want their kids back. And I understand it. But I got them out and did a good job. And we're doing everything we can to get the hostages out. Thank you all very much. Yes?
So Jackson Hole, Jay Powell today said, he suggested that they might cut interest rates, but they have to proceed.
Well, we call him too late for a reason. He should have cut him a year ago. He's too late. You know, we have a stock market that's up 1,000 points today. I better be careful because I go out there and I'll see it's down 1,000, right? But it's up 1,000 points when I came in here. We have a country that the market's the hottest it's ever been. The country is better than it's ever been. We have a military that I rebuilt largely in my first term. We had a great, successful first term, but this is going to be even better. But we rebuilt it. We gave a lot of it away to Afghanistan, but relatively small compared to the overall. But I think it was the most embarrassing day and period in the history of our country that they allowed those 13 wonderful people, but it's really hundreds of people were killed. And they don't talk about the 48 that were so severely wounded with no legs, no arms, nobody ever mentions them except me. But that was the worst day, the most, it just showed how incompetent. Frankly, if that didn't happen, I really believe that you might not have had the problem with Russia. I think Putin was sitting there watching these stupid people running our country and said, this is a time to invade. It's, this is a time. And then Biden made the statement, well, he can do a small incursion. When he said that, it was off to the races, right? When he said he can do a small incursion. Remember that? I was surprised he knew the word incursion. I didn't think he had that good of a vocabulary. I want to thank everybody. It's very important to me and to everybody up here, the World Cup. And Johnny has been so incredible. I mean, he's really a great leader. I mean, to think, I said, Johnny, do it by phone. You don't have to come. No, he said, I'll come. And he flew all night long to be here and listen to this about how great we're doing in D.C. But he's a fantastic leader, and this will be your most successful World Cup ever. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Think America will win. Yeah, can we win it, Mr. President?
I don't know. I watch some of those teams go around. They go down that field. I don't know. But let me ask you, what chance does America have of winning?
Well, the home team always has a good chance to win. It depends
he's
how
a
it
good
starts.
diplomat.
No, but it has some good
we have a
players.
shot. We have
Of course, you have a chance.
Will Bear be going to any of the games, Mr. President?
I'd love to have him. He'd love to. He's very tall. Maybe we can make him a goalie. Right? The goalies are very tall now, right?
Yeah, goalies are very tall.
The goalies, well, he'd be a perfect goalie.
100%.
At his height, he'll be a great goalie.
Exactly.
So we'll put him on the American team. No, but do the Americans have a chance of, like, getting into the quarterfinals?
Yes,
right?
definitely. No, the quarterfinal, definitely. But then, as the tournament goes on with the public, 250 years of the United States, let's not forget, they will all feel energized about that.
It's amazing. The talent is really great when you watch these things. I went to the game 2 weeks ago, and it was a big upset. But you look at these people; the way they pass it. It's amazing, really amazing. It's a great art, right? It's a great talent.
It is incredible.
You know the expression. What?
When you draw the names, that's the message. Will you?
I don't know. That's he's the boss.
That's an interesting proposal.
He's the boss.
We'll discuss that.
It's going to be great, and I think the American team is going to do well. I mean, I hear it's a very good team. Good luck, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for all your comment. Even your anti-Trump or TDS, I still appreciate your comment. And but I do need some positive comment. some good comment is more some like more productive comment, and a lot of just name calling, it's just stupid, just like Newsom level. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I'm about to start. Well, if you guys, I want to see some productive question. You believe that Biden was sharp as Biden? It's auto pen was running our country. Okay, Joe Biden was either in basement or in the beach. We all know that now. We all know that even before. Even Kamala Harris went to 60 minutes, cut down to 28, 29, I forgot. See? So, sorry, the Democrat is losing. And then they are now losing their mind too. They lose everything. They are losing everything. And then see, because the Democrat, especially Newsom, he sees he cannot change he cannot win the game, and he changed the rules in California. It's very bad, and I think even in November, I think the redistricting or special election, I think it's on August. No, in October, the special election for redistricting, we spend like $200 million. We don't even 20 million or 200. I forgot. We don't even have money, and then we have to spend the money for this stupid redistrict stuff, because we have a super majority in our Sacramento, and anything the left agree will pass. So this is what happened in California, and it's the truth. And someone from Scotland, he has no idea what we are going through, so he is just like enjoying the show. well, if he don't come to US, I think it's fine. We're not going to miss him. Okay, and we want people to enjoy America when they come here. And such like same thing to those illegals. They come here, they break the laws, so hey, bye-bye, and don't come back again. And we want the people who love this country come. We're happy to work together and have a great community again, So a lot of people is asking about Epstein file. Had a funny thing. They don't want this testimony. Because this testimony is nothing to show to like against Trump. And they say, oh, I want the list. Oh, according to Maxwell, there's no client list. And I have no idea how those lists come from. We don't know. And according to her, she don't know even about, because she think Epstein don't keep a black book, so she don't know about the client list. So that's something we got to find out in the future. But people still talk about Epstein list, and we will have more information. So people don't need to hurry, because now we have something more important. People are dying, and we want to end that as soon as possible. The peace through strength, peace through strength is one of our strength is unity. It's not just our money or not just our weapons. Our unity is our strength. See? But unfortunately, the Democrats is politicalizing everything. All they care is about their corruption, because about their wallet, about their corruption. Yeah. So the only way we can win the war was unite, and the way we unite is much better than Biden's kind, the left kind, or the auto pen style supporting Ukraine. The auto pen style supporting Ukraine is a corruption. We lost billions of dollars. We have nowhere to see it. We have no idea where the $1 billion went. See? But Trump is the one really ends the war and end the people dying. And still, you see, NATO, everyone agree 5% of GDP. Why Biden didn't do that? Why all the Democrats, none of them, nobody did anything about what Trump just did. And now it's just trying to bring out all the diversion instead of get unity, instead of really join the MAGA movement, make America great again, safe again, proud again. A lot of comment, they are not from here. They are not American, and we can just ignore them because they are not American. They don't live here. So their opinion is just our opinion. But the people who live in America should join MAGA movement. Let America great again, safe again, wealthy again, and healthy again. People from other countries may not know. We even have a challenge from Robert Kennedy Jr. and Pete Hegseth. They are in Pentagon, the gym, the gym in Pentagon, having a challenge. Make everyone is exercise. Make everyone, especially the military, increase the, everyone stronger. See, this is MAGA. You don't like MAGA, then you are left taught. Huh? How can people don't love MAGA? MAGA is the one who make America great again. If you are American and you don't like MAGA, there's something wrong with you. Something wrong. Not something, a lot of things wrong. Yeah. Or misinformed, or have mental illness. Some people think I'm not even in America. Just look it up, do research, whatever. I don't care. Yeah. People knows me. People knows who I am in my community. People knows even Judy Chu, the representative here, even the assemblyman, Mike Fon, they all former mayor. Everyone knows I'm a MAGA. Okay? I believe American first. I believe I believe for our future generation, MAGA is the way. Yeah. How can people not believe in MAGA? What else can they believe? They believe criminals? They believe illegal immigrants, open borders? So hey, if MAGA is a culture for helping America great again, for making America great again, stop the illegal, make our community safe, make more money, start everything, better pay, save more money, no tips, no tax on tips, no tax for the Social Security. All the things are for middle class. And if you are not into this movement, you must be something wrong. Well, if you're from other country, well, hey, it's a different story. Because, but if you are living in America, you live in America, and you're against MAGA, and then, maybe you're a treason. You're a spy. Maybe you are working for other country. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. Yeah. So, well, all the MAGA, we will get stronger. We will unite to support our president, and we will get things done before 2026. Yeah, on the election, and do whatever we can do. Yeah, and for our future generation, we don't want our kid to we don't want our daughters or granddaughters go into the restroom with the guy inside. That's Democrats. Or we don't want one day the school took our kids and start doing like gender change or something without our permission, without parents' permission. Hey. Yeah, see? You don't even know what you're talking about, James. Yeah. You dumb fuck. Yeah. Everything we do will make better country for our future generation. California is going south, but I believe President Trump, he say, the golden age cannot be golden without the Golden State. So I believe we will have a lot of support from our president, and we will have a lot of support from Kevin Kiley, or everyone. Everyone will come to help California and save us. I don't want to move. I moved from Hong Kong to California. I don't want my kids, have to live the life like migrant. Moving to one place to other place is very, very stressful. Yeah, I want to keep this state, Golden State, still the best state for them. Yeah, keep it the best state for them, best opportunity for them, so they can just stay and they can just do whatever they want. Get married and have a grandkid here. Yeah, I don't want to visit a grandkid. I don't want to fly to visit a grandkid. I hate flying, So I hope they can stick around in California. So we need a great community. We need to build a normal. I'm not expecting something like great, just a normal community. Everyone is doing their best. When everyone is doing their best, hey, the community is great. Yeah. Okay. And next is 6 minutes. Okay. if you guys can focus, listen, because there's no subtitle. Focus, listen. I will try to. I will try to put out if I can. Yeah, here is the transcript, and I will start playing the. Let me see if I can operate in a better mode. Okay, and I will have to turn off my microphone. So keep typing. Oh, okay. Oh, Mike from UK. Okay. Whatever. Okay.
There was that, they went on the plane 26 times or whatever. That would be one journey. So they spent time on the plane together, and I don't believe there was ever a massage on the plane. So that would. There was that, they went on the plane 26 times or whatever. That would be one journey. So they spent time on the plane together, and I don't believe there was ever a massage on the plane. So that would have been the only time that I think that President Clinton could have even received a massage, and he didn't, because I was there.
And you mentioned that early, in the very beginning of the conversation, you mentioned President Trump in the early 90s.
Yes.
What did you observe as far as President Trump and his relationship with you or Mr. Epstein?
Well, I just want to say for my relationship with President Trump, relationship's a big word, but I just want to say that I met him, or I believe I may have, because of my father in the 90s.
Yep. Okay.
So my father liked him very much, and he really liked his wife as well, because they were both Czechoslovakian. And as far as I'm concerned, President Trump was always very cordial and very kind to me. And I just want to say that I admire his extraordinary achievement in becoming the president now, and I like him, and I've always liked him. So that is the sum and substance of my entire relationship with him.
What about Mr. Epstein's relationship with him?
I don't know how they met, and I don't know how they became friends. I certainly saw them together, and I remember the few times I observed them together that they were friendly. I mean,
was that in social settings, or was that in private settings?
I believe I only ever saw them in social settings. I don't recall any private settings.
Have you ever been to Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach?
I have.
And what time period are you thinking about when you say yes?
Well, I don't remember when the president purchased Mar-a-Lago, so from whenever it turned into a club, I went there, and I loved going there.
Did you go there alone or with Mr. Epstein?
Mostly alone. Only times I went there was for an event, maybe once or twice.
And do you know whether Mr. Epstein ever went there?
I believe he did, but again, we really were. He didn't take me with him all the time, so he would go and. Oh, right. Well, he did from time to time, but he would go alone. I think he would maybe go himself to the spa. I certainly did.
Did you ever observe President Trump receive a massage?
Never.
Did you ever observe, you said that you were, I mean, have you seen there's photographs, public photographs of Mr. Epstein and President Trump together?
Yes.
And there's photographs of, I think you're in some of the photographs
yes.
as well. Those all appear to be social settings.
Yes. That's my memory. There were social settings. I don't know Epstein's, if he had, whatever the nature of the president's friendship, if you will, or however you want to define that with Epstein, I was never witness. I think they were friendly, like people are in social settings. I don't think they were close friends, or I certainly never witnessed the president in any of, I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
When's the last time you think you saw in person President Trump?
It's been a long time. Probably not. Sometime in the beginning, mid 2000s maybe, and it would only have been a social setting, as far as I recall.
And did you ever hear Mr. Epstein or anybody say that President Trump had done anything inappropriate with masseuses or with anybody in your world?
Absolutely never. In any context.
Do you know whether masseuses from Mar-a-Lago Spa ended up giving massages to, private massages to Mr. Epstein? And I'm not asking for what you may have read, but from at the time, from your personal knowledge, do you know whether that's true?
I don't recall. Is it possible? Yes. But I don't remember that. So I don't recall that, but it's possible.
Do you have recollection of you ever recruiting a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago Spa to go give a private massage to Mr. Epstein?
I've never recruited a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago for that, as far as I remember. I can't ever recollect doing that.
Okay, so what I think we should do now, it's about 12:15. We'll take a break, and we will come back in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a 4-hour video. so I did part of it. I was trying to do more, but I think it's very difficult. I want to do it just like that, having the script showing, and also at the same time having a voice, having Maxwell's talking about the situation. There's a lot of stuff inside about other, lots of names, a lot of people, but my focus is about Trump, and then she's the witness, main witness, I can say. She didn't find anything inappropriate President Trump is doing. So I think that's enough. I think that's enough to say to the people about President Trump, about the Epstein Island. More will come, I think. And more will come, and more about Bill Clinton. Oh my goodness, more juicy stuff will come about Bill Clinton. And see, President Trump didn't want, I don't know, somehow he has some respect for Bill Clinton, and that's why he never prosecute Hillary Clinton. And I don't know why. Maybe because Bill Clinton did support his golf course or something. I don't know. There's other story. So well, we'll see. Well, we're all looking forward for the truth. Nothing but the truth. it's not like some opinion on the internet, or not from left created story, left media creating story to discredit President Trump or smear President Trump. We've seen that. We know they are trained. They were trained to do that. And now I may have to use some 10-15 minutes to talk to my Hong Kong friends. And I appreciate all your comment. Should never been questioned. I don't know what you mean is question. This July they got all everything. Oh, if you want to, everything is in Justice DOJ website, and then the DOJ website, I have the link in the description already. So if you want to look at it yourself, hey, feel free to do it. It's public domain now. It's not classified. Everyone can see. I just try to be more convenient for people, so they don't need to look at the 200 some page of transcript or listen 4 hours of voice the recording. Yeah. So thank you for watching, and appreciate all your subscribe. Thank you very much, and I need help to build my subscription. So and you still can share, you still can subscribe even you disagree with me. If you subscribe, even you disagree with me, then I can see you a noble person, because you are open mind. You want to see what's all angle, everything in different angles. Yesterday, maybe I have to repeat, because we have a lot of new viewers, so I have to repeat everything every day, so the new viewers will know about some concept or something I believe in. A lot of people, they start politics or anything is or purchasing products through emotion. That's the first step. And once they start the emotion side, they cannot stop there and make it into conclusion. There's three things they have to go through after the emotion stage. They have to get more knowledge, they have to get more experience, and they have to check out the logic. Those are three important things. Just like when we buy a product or buy a drink from some 7-Eleven. Some drink, they make it very beautiful, very nice, so make us want to buy it. Wow, I'm so thirsty, but that looks, appealing. But then next step, we don't just go look and then buy it. Next step, we check the ingredients or flavor. What kind of flavor is this? All the detail. That's knowledge. And then you will think about, if you have similar experience with this drink or similar drink, that's your experience. Then you will go through an experience stage, and then you go through the logic, and then final decision, you go pay for the drink or not pay for the drink, pick the other one. This is for politics, same thing. We all start politics through emotion, something will anger us or something attract us. Start politics or start talking about politics. And first I start politics like fun, something fun, interesting, something fun to do, Then after that, I have to get educated. I got to read a lot of stuff, watching a lot of video, read a lot of books, even read this guy, positive, because he is running for governor, and then I have to do research. I want to see who he is. Then I have to spend time on those. So this is after the emotional part, emotional stage. You have to get through the knowledge, experience, and logic. Go through the other three. Don't stop. A lot of people, they have TDS because they stopped. They listen to the left media and start thinking Trump is a racist, or Trump is a rapist, Trump is all the bad thing about Trump, all the label, you know. They never go figure out if it's true or not. Many Democrats, former Democrats, many new Republicans, they are former Democrats. After they do their research, they get educated. After they get educated, then everyone, you know, they start voting for Trump. And this is the toughest part, because a lot of PhD, a lot of, you know, so-called smart people, they cannot take advice. Even after the video, but politics like chess, okay, yeah. After they watch my video, they are not going to change. Because, hey, a Hong Konger, Chinglish guy talking on YouTube, what did he know? But, hey, if that person willing to just go to right now it's easy, AI, ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, do some questioning, find out, you know, true or false, you know, get educated, get to know all the information, and then through the experience and through logic, and then come out with a conclusion. Don't just take whatever CNN, BBC, or Associated Press, you know. NPR is if you take NPR, I doubt that you have any. I doubt that you are smart, okay? If you take NPR, okay, and then go on X. You know, X is more open. You know, more open channel. You can see. You really can see both sides, okay? You really can investigate both sides. So yeah. So these three things, I hope people can remember. I will repeat every day because I have a lot of new viewers. Every day I have a lot of new viewers. I'm still trying to trying to build, you know, build my channel. Because previous I have 2 channels and got terminated by YouTube. They don't like my honesty. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I will start my Cantonese right now. Thank you. Hello， 大家好啊！歡迎嚟到天下知多啲。因為咧，我真係太多咧就講英文嘅朋友啊，所以我都唔知道有幾多個係講廣東話仲留喺度啦。哇，都有99個 like， 好多謝大家，今日有99個 like。如果你方便嘅話咧，就 double tap。方便嘅話，你哋咧就只需要咧 double tap 個 screen， 你就可以 like 到我呢個 channel 噶啦。多謝晒，多謝晒。咁如果你即係我嘅目標咧，都係想俾啲講廣東話嘅人知道啦。咁因為而家仲未能夠可以真係建立到好個廣東話個 base 啊，咁就仍然都需要好多個講英文咯嚇。咁講英文都好嘅，因為如果好多其實我哋香港人好多都識英文㗎啦嚇。由於香港人嚟到美國嗰班多數都識英文。有啲就可能冇咁流利嘅啫，但係要佢哋聽都冇乜問題嘅，要佢哋講就叫做難啲啫。但係聽下聽下就得㗎啦。一嚟到美國咁上下都要㗎啦。好，其實因為我最主要都係想幫嗰啲新嚟嘅手足啊、新移民啊又好，手足又好，即係多數都係手足啦，唔係手足嗰啲我都唔係好願意㗎啦，唔係好願意去，因為我啲時間寶貴，人生苦短啊嘛。 嗰啲嚟嗰啲唔係手足嘅嚟呢邊，佢根本已經搬住啲大把錢啦，係嘛？就唔使人幫我可能我要去幫差唔多啊。咁咧頭先咧，阿 Trump 就講世界盃啦世界盃其實咧喺美鬼佬嚟講咧，真係麻麻地，好似阿 Trump 其實都無厘頭啊，佢都唔知道發生咩事㗎，可能佢話佢上次去睇，佢都唔知啲人喺度踢乜嘅總之見到個人喺度踢住個波踢嚟踢去啦咁，因為佢個人咧其實咧就好多時咧都，即係佢個人真係好友善嘅啲人係左媒咧講到佢咁衰，其實我 100% 知道佢唔知發生緊咩事嘅 ，OK 就係見到嗰啲人將個波帶嚟帶去咯因為咧尤其是足球咧好耐先入一球啊咁見到即係咪咁？如果你唔係好識嗰啲陣型咩前鋒後衞嗰啲咧，你就乜即係都睇落去，即係其實睇 NFL 一樣嘅。啲好多人唔識睇美式籃球咧，美式足球唔識睇美式足球嗰啲都唔知道個人攬住就撞嚟撞去咁樣咧。即係你當所有嘢都係㗎啦，當你要知道啲規矩咧，你先知道好玩定唔好玩咯。你唔識個規矩嘅話咧，根本就都係悶㗎啦。政治都一樣啫嘛。好多人都對政治冇興趣，因為佢都唔識個 game 點玩佢又唔知呢樣嘢點玩，佢又冇興趣咁正常嘅，咁冇可能即係冇可能要求呢個世界每個人咧都中意同一種嘢㗎嘛。多元化咧就係我中意嘅，我自己係中意多元化嘅，即係有啲嘢我未必會參與，但係我都中意佢存在啦咁講咁呢個就係我哋嘅社會即係 suppose 係咁啦，即係好似我基督教，我基督徒，我唔會反對啲人，我唔會反對嘅。你啲人去拜神嗰啲咧，我唔會反對佢哋嘅存在咪你存在，總之我唔拜啊嘛。咁我又唔去即係多元化咯自由多元化呢個係我自己嘅信念啦咁講啦。咁咧就跟住之後咧就講足球，中間咧佢又即係有邊個總統即係我咁耐以嚟，我都好少見到啲總統真係咁鬼勤力日日都可以，即係佢唔勤力我就大劑啦佢唔勤力我都唔知播乜好因為我唔係好想播嗰啲Fox News 嗰啲咧，咁呢啲全部都係公共網，好似呢個係 White House 啊嘛，即係公眾噶嘛，咁有時 Fox 嗰啲又唔係噶嘛，咁好似呢個錄音帶又係公共嘢嚟噶嘛。如果你想聽咧，如果你有興趣想聽，喺 description 已經可以有條 link 俾你 download， 你自己咧就去睇嗰200幾頁同埋4個幾鐘嘅錄音。我哋其實咧，我聽日有唔知啦，總之我有時間咧，我就會再處理整條片，跟住咧俾大家咧，俾啲人啦，有興趣嗰啲人咧就可以去睇。你見啦，我都特登整個 page number 嘅，因為每個 transcript 嗰度都有 page number 咁你去撳咧。睇到呢個 page number，你去嗰個 transcript， 咁你可以即係知道佢講到邊度咯。咁即係睇下做唔做到啦，因為好花時間，成200幾頁，我都係中間抽出嚟嘅啫嘛呢度。咁佢講咗阿 Trump 係啲咩人格人品啦，咁好多嘢即係啲左媒就係想抹黑阿 Trump 嗰啲錢，如果真係有料4年前佢又唔使嘥咗幾百億咧。幾百億走去幫賀錦麗助選啦，整呢條片出嚟咧，佢真係有料。我哋根本知道冇料呢個咁佢而家咧就係因為想玩抹黑啫嘛，好簡單，明眼人一睇就知，你根本就攞嚟玩抹黑，就想抹黑阿 Trump，就唔想阿 Trump 好似咁順利做嘢，即係我都唔知嗰啲人諗乜㗎。你而家咁樣打緊仗，如果阿 Trump 順利完成咗佢要做嘅嘢咧，咁咪好咯，咁大家都好咯，股市又升中嗰啲中產又可以揾到錢咁又可以國家又有錢即係樣樣好嘅，即係治安又好全部嘢但係冇咯。佢哋仲用啲假新聞，就將 ICE 拉嗰啲 ICE 如果有人濫權係嘛，我哋都有部門可以去投訴㗎嘛。所以根本好正常嘅，有好多嘢啊。但係有啲政策可能你會唔中意係嘛？政策上有分歧，咁地方政策咧，尤其實好多時都喺地方政策嗰度，都唔係喺聯邦嗰度。因為聯邦咪而家最緊要係成班 Planned Parenthood 嗰班咯，因為即係將佢哋啲斷去米路啊嘛。以前 Planned Parenthood 我哋政府俾錢去殺 BB 噶嘛，斷咗去米路，咁佢組織好多唔同組織啦。Illegal immigrant 又係啦，又有一班 NGO 噶嘛，就靠 illegal immigrant 揾食噶嘛，又斷咗去米路啊嘛。即係其實都係啲利益嘢，但係喺利益嗰方面，你應該揾邊樣嘢係優先啊？咩緊要啊？叫做話咩緊要啊嘛？佢哋唔係佢哋個人利益優先嘅，跟住就喺度話阿 Trump 為咗個人利益即係你要拗同佢哋拗都嘥氣嘅，因為佢哋根本就睇唔到啊！佢哋就係繼續係有興趣，最有興趣就搞抹黑啫嘛，繼續係抹黑就係咁啦。咁咧好多謝大家收睇啦，好多謝大家嘅訂閱如果你有廣東話嘅朋友咧，麻煩你將我呢條片咧就分享去個群組 WeChat 都唔緊要，你咪小紅書WeChat 嗰啲中國嗰啲唔緊要嘅你最好添啊！如果中國嗰部啲人咧睇我呢個資訊咧，佢哋第時起碼知道嚟美國有咩心理準備就唔好諗住你嚟美國咧就改變美國呢個世界幾時都係入鄉隨俗㗎啦，呢樣嘢係嘛？如果我要翻大陸咁，我咪聽共產黨話咯。我要翻大陸，但我唔使翻大陸，我喺美國梗係用美國憲法㗎嘛遵守美國憲法㗎嘛美國法律㗎嘛，跟翻即係咁簡單啫嘛。我要去香港咪又跟翻共產黨嗰套咯。所以我唔會翻香港。就係咁啦有冇辦法咁入鄉隨俗啊嘛。咁我哋美國已經好好噶啦，已經係一個大熔爐啦。你去睇下有邊個國家咁就有 Chinatown， 好多國家都有 Chinatown， 但係有咩國家有 Chinatown， 有日本城，有韓國城，有好多90幾個，即係唔同越南城Armenian Town 乜都有噶。我哋美國大熔爐我哋個個就自己嘅個社區嗰度咧，就最緊要我哋自己嘅社區嘅發展啦。咁而家咧嗰個 Newsom 嗰個 redistrict 咧，就將我哋嘅社區咧拆散，拉到亂晒龍嘅。所以我都未知道我哋呢邊咧會拉屈成點啦。OK， 但我哋成個 Gabriel Valley 都已經係咗㗎啦啲人，因為好多新移民都唔識政治啊嘛就係最緊要啫，就唔好得罪，即係佢哋嗰啲都係我唔明啦即係唔好得罪嗰個揸 fit 嗰個。如果你係民主黨咧揸 fit 咧，就唔好得罪民主黨；如果你係共和黨揸 fit，就唔好得罪共和黨。佢哋咧始終都係奴才心態啊嘛。咁佢哋啲中國人嘅傳統啦，又好難講嘅。西瓜靠大邊，個個都係為咗揾食啫咁。佢唔知道咧越揾越少嘅。你咁嘅心態咧，就越揾越少嘅。你係有少少對抗嘅，你有少少對抗咧，咁嗰個對抗即係好似話，你少少對抗住民主黨咁樣啦，咁佢咪會錫住你咯，因為佢知道你個選票啊嘛，佢會就住你啊嘛，你又佢又諗住，你都你哋呢啲奴才係咪都唔使諗，你會投我㗎，即係咁嘅，佢哋啲而家呢班民主黨就係咁樣諗咯，所以咧即係點樣可以改變咧？我都唔知㗎。點樣可以改變嗰啲人諗法咧？佢個個都係諗，而家民主黨係嘛，我都唔會贏啦。即係佢啲咁樣，即係得罪咗民主黨，佢驚冇運行，即係嗰種咁嘅心態咯。咁唔怕得罪共和黨佢哋，因為共和黨冇勢嘛。但係如果我哋可以更加堅持啦，更多嘅mega 咧一齊走埋一齊咧，就更加團結咧。咁我哋咪可以俾啲選民知道。共和黨真係做嘢喎，共和黨先係真正可以幫到佢哋個社區嘅，咁就係咁啦。咁希望咧大家繼續努力啦，我自己就盡量啦， 盡量努力啦。咁如果可以咧，大家咧都希望大家可以課金啊，同埋咧好慘嘅咁多個 view 咧最後咧 YouTube 咧係俾咗百零個 view， 即係計過百零個 view 嘅啫。咁咧就唔知係咪因為 live 嗰度咧直播呢啲咧又唔計嘅，即係可能係咁啦，我唔知道。所以希望大家咧嚟幫手咯有你見到有廣告咧，唔該你即係睇埋啦咁仲有啦，我已經同一間網上面嘅廠商咧就 set up 咗個 account， 咁佢咧就可以幫我印 T-shirt 啊，你喺下邊嗰度都見到個 product 有啲產品㗎啦，咁有啲杯啊咁，暫時咧就係得一個設計啫，等我慢慢諗下咧，有啲咩特別啲嘅設計咧，就再整完就放上去㗎啦，放咗上去大家就可以購買啦，或者支持下啦咁樣。23蚊，差唔多24蚊，連埋稅連埋運費咧，我估都係30蚊嗰頭咯，30蚊鬆啲啦，我估咁希望大家多多支持，最緊要都係分享出去，多啲訂閱，咁我就喺2026年嗰陣時咧就可以多啲嘢搞㗎啦，即係多啲，即係有多啲嘢可以做到咯。同埋咧，我呢個繼續嘅，你喺上面咧會見到喺呢度而家係啲衫啦男裝女裝貼紙跟住咧，仲有咧，我唔係淨係掛住揾錢啦，即係揾錢係營運繼續支持，即係繼續可以營運落去啦，呢個交租嗰啲燈油火蠟咁咦我唔見咗一個，點解？哎呀一個咧就係咧每到1000個訂閱咧，我就會俾啲驚喜大家嘅。上次嘅滿1000訂閱咧，我驚喜咧，我就捐咗100蚊咧，就俾Unit Love Care 一個非牟利組織嚟嘅，佢哋咧就係專門係幫啲智能障礙嘅細路仔嘅，咁或者幫佢啲家長啦，又可以講幫即係嗰個組織係幫啲家長又幫啲細路啦咁樣。咁我哋啱咧就因為獅子會咧，我哋呢邊嘅獅子會咧就捐咗錢俾佢哋，佢哋亦都去咗玩嘅，好開心啦。咁我希望咧，我如果下次又有咧，可能我亦都會捐俾佢，我唔知道，因為每次可能我會見到有啲咩非牟利組織或者有咩需要，亦都會幫佢哋做宣傳或者我就唔會收佢哋錢跟住做宣傳嘅因為佢哋都係非牟利，同埋都好多嗰啲唔係大組織唔係嗰啲。好似 Planned Parenthood嗰啲咧，又有啲其實好多大好咩聖 John 嗰啲咁咩大嘅組織咧，我又唔係講嗰啲咯，好多呢啲細組織咧咁我又會去支持下咯，咁好似國星或者呢啲咯之類咯，咁好需要大家嚟支持我，我先可以去支持人咯你唔嚟支持我又支持唔到人咁喎，係嘛？咁我即係啲泥菩薩，我而家都係泥菩薩啦就希望努力去做好，俾多啲資訊俾大家好多謝嘅咁多位嘅收睇，聲都閂埋已經，好多謝咁多位嘅收睇，我哋下次再見，拜拜。